Hello. Happy Friday. This is a different day for me than I normally do it, and it was kind of last minute. But I put up a video yesterday and I had talked about the live streams, and there were several people in there who were like, I love the live streams and I miss seeing you weekly. So I thought, well, I'm working on a project anyway, and I have one that's been on my, well, two, honestly, that's been on my list for a while because who doesn't buy stuff and then don't get to use it, right? And the other one is actually Peanut's birthday card, where I've been like, I need to make this video for quite some time. And so I figured that it would be a good time to do it to get them off of my list. Hi, John. Because Spellbinders is having a sale. So I'm like, what better time to do it than now? Hi, Melissa. Hi, Erica. So I'm actually going to give you a choice because I do have, oh, I think we're super zoom. I think we're super zoomed in there. Let me back it up. There we go. I think that's good. It looks a little, hold on. Looks a little crooked. Too much out. There we go. Better. So thank you guys so much for coming in, Beth, Benita. Okay. Oh, and Tara, congratulations on the new team. I don't know if it's public or not, so I'm not going to say, but congratulations. So here's your choices. Okay. We can do option one. We can do so this is, you guys know, if you follow along my channel, my son was taking guitar lessons. He was super into guitar, and that was his theme for his birthday party. So these are all from BB Cameron, who is endlessly talented and I've worked with on a lot of different teams. And hi Jane, thank you. And so this is her collection with Spellbinders. And I used this is like the extra large guitar, but my son played the electric guitar, not the acoustic. Well, he has an acoustic, but he prefers the electric. No big shock there, right? So I turned this acoustic guitar into an electric guitar. So that's one option. We can do that one and show you how to modify this die to an acoustic to an electric. The other one, which I bought ages ago and have not used, and it's on, and you'll see I have not used it. It's on my list of things to use. Is this gorgeous U set? So it has some florals, which who doesn't love a floral, right? Because you can use these for anything. And then this adorable little perfume bottle. I bought the little makeups with it. The sentiments that go with it are better pressed, but honestly, like a lot of Spellbinders sentiments are better pressed. So I'm not 100% married to this yet. And then I have a 3D embossing folder. I have a 3D embossing folder for the other one. Okay, so let's vote. Do you want option A, music, option B, girly stuff, perfume and makeup, option A, option B? And while we work on that, I'm going to take me down to the corner, down here to the bottom, so that I can start getting some things together. Just some things I'll know I'll use either way. I wonder if I used to have it. Oh, I used to have his, I do. So this is his actual birthday card here. You can see I did a little 5x7 there. So this is that guitar here, that acoustic guitar that we made into an electric. So A. See, we sound like we're playing our own music. Three B's, four A's. All right, so I will do. Hi, Tina. All right, so I'm going, let me look. Hold on. It's very close. That's why I'm like, I got to go back and count. 1, 2, 3 A's, 4 A's, 1, 2, 3 B's, and another A. All right, A is winning. All right, so we're gonna make this one, and then but I'll do this one. I don't know if it'll be another live, but I'll do this one in another video because I bought it with my own dollars, and I want to be able to use it. Okay, so we probably won't make this exact card. Oh, Tina voted B. Oh, now we're 4-4. All right, I think I'm already married to this one. Okay, so in that collection, I do just want to say, in that collection, there is also like the other musical instruments, and she does have a mini guitar that has like the little florals, which I love. So you could like decorate it to be a little bit maybe more feminine. And then this one, I love this. Maybe we'll use this because this makes it like interactive on the inside where you like open it and the music notes are like pop up. So maybe we'll do that. That would maybe be a little fun way to do it differently. This one also has, did I grab that out of there? No, I don't see it. But this one also has a side. Is it readily available here? I don't see it, though. I don't know what I could have done with that. I probably just set it with some other stuff that I'm not using. But anyway, it has a side you can get, and it'll turn it into like a 3D guitar, which is really, really cool. So, anywho, I have band kids, not that I don't love the girly stuff too. Yeah, I think that the band thing is pretty popular. So, and this very much, like if you had a little one, like you guys know I have a little, who loves the, what is the name of that movie? All I can think is the name of the song, the Pocoloco song, but that's not it. But anyway, there's a Disney movie where he is obsessed with the guitar. So like that would be a good one if you have like that kind of theme. But anywho, so, and this is like a musical 3D embossing folder that I also picked up because I thought that would be fun to put in the background. All right, so I did blue the first time around. I'm not saying we have to do that again, but blue is his favorite color. So what do I need here? I need gold. Well, I could do silver. What color should we make the guitar? How about red? Red's a nice kind of gender neutral kind of one. We'll make it red. And then I'm going to get out my great big bin of scraps and see, like when I say it's a great big bin of scraps, I'm not kidding. Can you see this? It's all scraps. All right. So maybe we'll go silver and red this time. I got a scrap of red. I do have a darker red, but I feel like brighter will be better. So do you, yeah, I think red and silver will be good. And then we'll have two different kind of examples. Coco, Tina, yes. I could not think of it. We watched that so much when Jelly Bean was a little. Now she's onto other musical styles. All right, so do I have, I would like, if we're going to do the little twisty pop thing, I would like it to be, I think, in the same color as this, like the little pop-up card. So maybe I'll see. I don't know if I have another piece of that red. I'll have to double check. We might have to switch it. Hi, Susan. Oh, the little Fisher-Price instruments. Yeah, those are adorable. How big is this? Okay, so it would fit on just a regular size. So maybe we will go. All right, hold on. I'm pretty sure that's Poppy. This is Poppy from Spellbinders. Which, let me just grab this out of here. Yeah, it is. Okay. So I do have another one. If you have not tried their cardstock is great quality. Would highly recommend. Okay, so I'm going to trim this down because maybe I can get both out of one, and then I'll just continue to save my scrappy piece. Okay, and then what do we have? We obviously need black because we have all of these pieces parts. Well, how did I create? I'm trying to think. Because I had a couple of different things going on with. I did the smaller circles. I had to get another die set for that. I think maybe I used a flower, the inside of a flower. Yeah, I think maybe I used one of these. Okay. But I can't remember how I got that. What did I use? Because you know I modified a bunch of dies. You know I did. And it's clearly a die because it's round, like it's got a perfectly round edge. So what did I use for that? Oh, your kids are obsessed with K-pop Demon Hunter. So is Caitlin. She was Rumi for Halloween last year. And I was Mira. And the wig was every bit as heavy as you would expect it to be. It was, my apologies. I'm looking for what. Oh, here's the thing, by the way. Remember I told you had a piece to turn it into a 3D guitar? That's the piece. I'm looking to see what die. I love Spellbinder stuff, and I just have not had a chance to use it as much as I would like. Mostly because, you know, I was working for other companies. Did I use this? No. And I just haven't had time to like kind of play around with the stuff that I just enjoy and I don't work for. So, oh, was it this maybe? Oh, I bet you it was. I bet you it was this swatchy bit right here. Because this is their swatch set. And I bet you I just trimmed it to kind of match what I needed. No, it's too, no, it's not, because it's too thin at the top. I feel like I used another piece of the guitar. Maybe it was this. And I trimmed it. No, that's what I used to cut out this. All right, I'm going to figure it out. This is what happens when you don't make the car since May. And I also, to be fair, made it like in the middle of the night. Like the night before. I want the Big Mouth Vampire from Hero Arts. Yeah, those are cute. Hi, Brandon. I didn't even see you sneak in there. I have these really cute little ghosts from Hero Arts that I need to use that I have not. Okay, we might be in a situation where I just draw it, which I don't love because I know I used a die to do it. Because I kept trimming it. What did I use? Lord, if you could like jog my memory, that would be great. It would fit an arch. All right, well, we're going to carry on with what we got. And when it comes to that part, I will figure it out. Maybe it was another one of the instruments. I don't think it was. All right, well, we're going to carry on with what we got. So we're not here all day long. All right. So obviously, our design is different than what this is because, so in order, there's different types of electric guitars. And the one I think is the most common, let me bring it up, is a Stratocaster. And I could not recreate that one with what I had going on here. And the reason that I couldn't is because here, I'm going to try to show it to you. The reason that I couldn't is because it has the side frets up here, or the little tuners up here. Like I couldn't recreate that with this look. So I went with the Les Paul electric guitar, and that's the one that you see here, this style. This one, obviously, very specifically, was what I modeled it after. So, and that one has the tuners on both sides. So I was able to turn the acoustic into the electric. So just so in case you've only ever seen a Stratocaster and you're like, girl, this ain't an electric guitar, I promise you it is. It's just a different style. Okay, so now let's start our die cutting. I love all things Halloween, but I'm up to my eyeballs in Christmas. It's not that I don't love Christmas. Here's the problem that I have. Once we go Christmas, then you're just in it until Christmas is over. And that's the part that I cannot. Maybe I did. No, I don't think I did. I don't think it's that piece. We do need this piece, but I don't think it's that piece. Like I just could not get behind it. We do need this piece. We need the big body piece, not the inset piece. Yeah, I think if you get creative with your dies, you can do a lot of things with them differently. We're going to need the neck of the guitar and the base piece here. I did not use these because they are, yeah, I did not use those. And on this one, I didn't do the individual dots, but I think maybe I will with the next one. just so it will have a little bit of dimension. Okay, so that's that. And those are all the pieces, parts we're going to use from that. And then this, I love this little pop-up idea. Hi, Mary. Hi, Denise. All right, so this is the little pop-up piece. We're going to use that. We're also going to use the musical, what is that, like the staff thing? And then all of these bad boys. We're just going to, every little bit in this one, we're going to use. Because we're going to have the music notes on the front, however we decide to design it. And then we're going to have the music notes on the inside of the part that kind of rolls out. I start early, take 2 weeks for Halloween, then back to Christmas. I love giving cards and posting it off. Well, Tina, God bless you. I love that. Love Christmas cards, but it seems like with Christmas in July, it's always a thing. Can only do so much Christmas. I love Jesus, and I will celebrate the birth of the Lord for my eternity of my life until I meet him in heaven. But sometimes I do get tired of making Christmas cards. There, I said it. Everybody knows now. It's on the internet. All right. So this, we could use this to do like some florals to make it a bit more feminine. But I am not going to do that. I think I'm actually going to try to do maybe a little bit of a gradient on the body. I don't know if you can tell here, like with the shimmer, I did that with, what are those? The Lisa Horton inks. And I do very much like that because it feels like, it feels like a genuine guitar finish with all that kind of shimmer. So we'll probably do that again. I will say, because Spellbinders bought out Hero Arts, they have, let me see, I got them over here. They have these, I just grabbed a handful. They're the Hero Hues Glitz inks. They're discontinuing them, but they are shimmer inks. See, they have all the shimmers in them. I don't know if you can tell. So if you're like, hey, I really would like a shimmer ink, but I can't afford a full price shimmer ink, these are on clearance over on the Spellbinders website and the Hero Arts website. And they work great. I think that it's just not something that Spellbinders is interested in continuing, which, I mean, hey, they can't continue all the stuff. All right, so now I need black card. That's blue. Sometimes it's hard to tell when it's underneath here. I need black cardstock. Do I need to just cut another one? I might need to just cut another one because I was using it. What was I using? Oh, those masculine cards I did the other day with the metallics. So I was using quite a bit of black. Here we are. Okay. That's what I try to do behind Christmas Cards Month. I'm behind this year. Oh, girl, that is a lofty goal. Good for you. I don't try to do any of them. If Christmas comes and I have enough cards to send to everybody, but this is my job. So I do make a lot of Christmas cards. Like, I do make a lot. So if I have enough, great. If I don't, then I throw together some pretty simple ones at the end. I have a huge stack of Christmas cards. It will last me years, so I have to slow my roll on making lots of Christmas cards. That's so funny. I do have plenty from previous years as well. Okay. So hockey. It is listed for $32.99, but Spellbinders is having a 40% off sale on their dies. There's no code. You just add it to your cart and it automatically takes it off. So it's $32.99, but 40% off of that and any other dies that you're interested in snagging up. All right, let's lay our things out. So we're going to do red this time. Hi, Pauline. You're not late. I literally was just like, it'll be fun to do a live today. Let's do it. So, on me, not on you. All right, so the base of our guitar is red, and then our little pop-up feature is going to be red. Dies. All dies. Yes, Brandon. All dies. Including some of the new ones. Like they have Halloween's one that are also 40% off. So feel free. If you'd love to support me, feel free to use the link listed in the description. If not, I totally get it. We all have different people we're trying to support. I need this for this. So that's not it's not its time yet. So I'm going to cut out all of my music notes out of black, and then I am going to go back and cut all of my music notes out of silver. So I have a combination of the two. And I need tape. So these are the two that I only need out of silver at the moment. So I'll do the black first, so that way I'm running it through, and then I will come back around and I'll move these to the silver, and then we'll die cut those out as well. I've been trying to copy your pirate card. I almost have it done. I just need the slider die. Oh, the swirly one. I love that one. That one's so fun. I don't know what took me so long to come around to like really enjoying interactive cards. I think part of it is because it does involve a little bit of engineering, and I was always like, that's not really for this girl, but they've made it so easy now. They've made it so easy now that even this girl can put them together, and I love that. Hi, Cynthia. So I have one, I have another interactive one coming up that I did for my sister's grandson's. He had a Harry Potter themed birthday. There is an elongated oval set I want. I have the modern ones that I love so much. Oh, good. Spellbinders has quality stuff. They've been around for a long time. I love these dies. My son and his 3 children are all musicians. Wonderful. So this is the guitar, but like I showed earlier, they do have one that has all, because like my little girly pop, this microphone is for her. Okay, she's all about a show. She loves to be singing and dancing. And this year we're doing this, going back to dance. At first she was like, I don't know, I don't want to do dance, but I think it was just because it was the end of the season and she wasn't feeling it. So then I didn't ask her about it because I was like, if she don't want to do it, I'm not going to make her do it. But then Eric revisited it a couple of weeks ago, and she said she didn't want to dance like a ballerina. She wanted to dance like her and Daddy danced in the daddy-daughter dance. Hello, sister. There's my sissy. So she's going to do hip-hop. She's going to do hip-hop this year. And I think that's tons of fun. All right. So let's get our die cutter up here. Okay. I'm making platform pop-up unicorn cards for my boyfriend's niece's birthday next month. It's been a while since I had a reason to make cards for littles. That's adorable, Brandon. I cannot wait to see. Dropping it. I got the mermaid card done, but I didn't have the stencil for the sunbeams. Did you see, Denise, how you could make it out of masking paper? I tried to. I know not everybody can do the stencil, so I tried to include it where you could do the sunbeams with the masking paper. Because honestly, for a long time, that's how I had to do things. I had to make my own. All right, so we're going to do this one first because we have to come back for this part to change the shape of the body. Okay. look at how crooked I am. I think I'm going to roll this thing through here. That crooked. Get out of here, lunatic. Okay. And for those of you who are wondering, Denise is talking about the Make a Scene class on my website. We did a mermaid card. But do you own, Denise, do you own Tempo Mono Multi-Glue? Or a repositionable adhesive? Or Pixie Spray? Because, I think you said that you tried the Pixie Spray and somebody had like tested it in the store. I think I remember that. But you can create your own. Ow. All right, so here's what I just learned. I love knowing this, okay? This piece has to get cut out of the base. Look how it connects. All right, so that was good. That was lesson learned. So we're going to move this piece. No, you know what? I'm just going to cut a circle out of it. If I can get away with it, I'm going to cut a circle out of it. All right, so let's move this. I think I have a circle die that'll fit around it, and then I could just adhere it into the base. All right. So now, in order to change the body from a acoustic guitar to the electric, it needs this scoop. And so in order to create that scoop, I am going to use this die right here. And it's going to take out this kind of corner for me. Like that. And I'm going to tilt it up because this part is higher. Okay. I've ordered a mermaid book for my granddaughter and we'll do the mermaid card for her. Oh, I love that. Is it the what did we get for Christmas? How to Catch a Mermaid? That was the mermaid book that we got. All right, so this is, I know it looks a little bit crazy, but hang tight. Because the neck of the guitar is going to cover this part up. And so we're just going to see this swoop bit, this swoopy bit over here. Okay. And actually, I think I need to. Am I too high? There we go. And then I'll just round it off. Okay. So there's that. And I'm going to get my circle dies so that I can cut out the other piece. Okay. So I have, these are the Hero Arts Infinity dies, but Spellbinders does have circle nesting dies. Are you? No, I need to go the next size up. Because I need to have enough to stick it. There we go. Okay. I'm supposed to have her as the mermaid. You send a picture, we'll see. Oh no, the How to Catch a Mermaid isn't personalized, but we do have one that is personalized that she's a dancer. We got her that one a year or so ago. Okay. So now, what did I do with my tapes down here? All right. I'm from New Hampshire, excited to catch you live. Hi, Lori. Welcome. I'm so glad that you could make it. All right. So let's try to get this straight-ish. Let's do our best. All right. So tape that there. And then tape it over here, maybe? Sounds good to me. All right. So this is modification number 1 here. Nope. Scoot you over so I can cut both of you at the same time. Get in there. Don't be shy. Okay. All right. So now this looks a little bit crazy, like I said, but stick with it. It won't be wild always. I gotta get my little craft catcher. So I am going to, I'll do it after the fact. So that way we can just finish out the die cutting. Trash. Okay. And then this is our pop-up piece, which is now a free-flowing circle. Let me just get my tape off there. All right, and then we'll adhere the outside portion down, and this part will be the part that pops up like so. Isn't that fun? Okay, there we go. And I do try to put them away, or my desk is already a disaster. I don't know who I'm kidding. And it's not going to get any better because this weekend I won't even be in the craft room at all. All right. So because we will be over at my dad's doing our best. Doing our best. Okay. I'm going to flip this over because my plate is getting a little warped. All right. Cameron. There we go. All right. My son works for Sunglass Hut. I have tons of sunglasses. They also carry the Metas. Interesting. Hi, Julie. So glad you can make it. All right. So we have one. I'm just gotta pop around there. One staff. This is the, oh, you know what? I just realized this should have been out of silver. Let's move that over to the silvers. Okay. And I actually need two of them. So there we go. Just popping these little guys out. I need to have like an extra amount since we'll be using them in two different ways. So the neck of the guitar. I know sometimes getting these little bits can kind of be a pain, but it's really good to get them off before you do any die cutting because it can press into your next round of paper. I do need another musical staff. So I am going to put this back on here so I can get another one. I don't know that I'll do the design exactly the same way, but I want to have my options. Okay. When it's at least somewhat under control, it's easier to stay on top of, but it's never clean. Yeah, mine is My sister can attest to it if she's still in the comments that it's pretty much always thinly controlled chaos in here. Alrighty, there's that. What did your mom play, Denise? All right, set that aside. And now we're on to the silver. And we're going to take all of our music notes and get them lined up in here. Played the organ. Oh, nice. Yeah, maybe the church would like her. Good job, Sherry. Way to stick with it. Sometimes I feel like my deadlines are so right on top of each other that I don't have time really to do anything with anything before the next project is due. Or like I'm working like right up until the day is over on my side of things. And then I'm going to get her from daycare and stuff. And then the next day it's like the next project is due and there's no time after I'm done to clean it up before I start the next one. What was the other? Oh, I need the circles. Okay. So in here you see we have these little circles. So those you can use a bunch of different things. This has to be kind of layered. So in this die, I'm not saying you have to use this die set. I'm just saying look in your dies and see what you have. If you have this one, this will work. But see, this one cuts out the inside and the outside to make it a little bit bigger. And then this is a repeat of the inside. So I'm just going to use those for this larger one. And then for the smaller circles, you can use a couple of different things. The leftover bits from like the guitar neck and stuff are probably a little too small. I used, I think I used the inside of a flower last time, but since I already have I'm going to put this down here. This is for the larger one. And then this one is the smaller one, but it'll be out of white. Since I already have my circles out here, I'll probably just use the smallest of the circles. And then that is a good, I mean, if you can see it, that's about the same size. So that'll work for what I need it to work for. Because I think the one up from that is a little bit too big. I'm trying to think what I use. I think, because this has like a little, I think I used like a berry branch or something so that I could knock them out pretty quickly. Yeah, because they have like little divots in them. Bye, Brandon. All right, so we're just going to pop this off and do that little circle there. Because I don't think, yeah, that one does have a little circle, but it's with a bunch of other ones, so I don't want to have to get into that. This one I do need out of white, which you know that I just have like trash just laying around. So we'll pop that one in there. And I'm trying, I still cannot remember what I cut that out of in order to get And I haven't seen anything in what we've been using that I'm like, oh yeah, that was it. So that leads me to believe it was an unrelated dye. Which sometimes, like, that's all you need. Like, sometimes you just have to look for the shape that you want, not necessarily the image that you're going for. Sometimes it's just about the shape of what it is. Okay. So yeah, here's the, come on. I fully intend to take my little one swimming today because it's 81 out and we are rapidly losing any more swim days. So I'm not overly concerned about my scraping my nail polish on this because I will have to, especially after this weekend when we're redoing stuff over at my dad's house. My nails will be shot. So I'm not overly concerned about it, but normally I would not recommend that you do that. I would recommend using a tool. Okay, so this stringy bit seems to be like it didn't cut all the way through. So I'm going to leave that one in place. I do have to cut more of these circles. And these are the circles for the top of the guitar. Those are little guys. I'm just going to try to see if I can pull them up with this tape. Perfect. And then our extra pieces. So I'll probably just reline this up and just cut some, since I have to cut it, like since I have to do it again anyway. I'll probably just cut some more of the music notes. And I have to cut another one of these. It doesn't have to be a full thing, but I do need an extra little tuner piece and the little circle. I need 4 of those. So not ideal when you only have one die to do it, but just kind of is what it is. So now I got to get this lined up because then my tape was caught up with itself. All right, here's open. That still works. And here's our circle. And here's some of our extra music notes. Tape, tape, tape. And what did I just bump? There we go. All right. Okay, so let's do that again. And this one is done. We only need one of those. Okay. That's not, there we go. I think I might need to tape that just to make sure that it stays where it needs to stay and doesn't kind of pop up, since I'm cutting a piece that's already cut, which normally I don't like doing, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. All right. There, see, now that's better. See, now this time it popped right out. So that's good. Okay. And for those of you who came late, we did have two choices. So it was this one or another style of card that was a bit more like feminine. So I will make sure that I put that one in the rotation to use because I bought it with my own dollars. Really, that's the most important thing. I bought it with my own dollars and I want to use it. But it is a very pretty die set with the little perfume bottle and the makeup brushes and all that jazz. So I just moved the circle and I'm just going to run it through to get my 4 circles. Honestly, I'll probably cut 5 because I don't want to have to do this again if I lose one of them. I'm sure I can't be the only person in the world who's like, no, just do it. Just do it while it's already out so you ain't got to do it again, girl. And that is how I feel about it. I saw a thing the other day that was talking about like men and women falling asleep. And there was like this woman asking her husband, like, well, how do you fall asleep so fast? And he's like, I don't come up with a bunch of made up situations in my head that give me anxiety and make it so that I can't fall asleep. And I was like, fine, be mean about it. Like, listen, I am who I am. If I have to sell all my stash, first, how am I going to do it? Second, how much can I get? Most of my stash hasn't even been used. Oh, somehow we started talking about, are we talking about like X-Men Wolverine? My mom loved those movies. My mom loved anything that was like sci-fi. All right. So I think we should be good to move on to the next steps. What did I use for that? I know that it's I don't think it was this piece, but I think I might be able to make that piece work since I can't show you another way to do it. Just stay up here. Oh, the comic book. Okay. Yeah, I think this was probably too small because even if I tuck it in, it's not large enough. All right. Well, I think we're just going to have to wing it. And same thing with these parts. These are just 2 rectangles. Like I didn't use a die for that. I just trimmed them. All right. Solid and Mundles Unvented. I think you're in the UK. I have been selling some of the stamps and dies I no longer use, and also a lot of my pattern paper. I think Denise is in New Jersey. I don't know if that matters. Okay. Coffee break. Okay. Now, all right, let's see what we got going on here. So I do need a white piece of cardstock. What do I have? Do I have any scrappy pieces? I guess not. All right, so I don't want to, because you're not going to have this to go off of. So I'm going to kind of lay everything out. I do need to make a 5x7 card, though. I do need to get a 5x7 card base or card panel. Well, I guess I might as well go ahead and do the base because we're going to do the inside, the little pop-up inside. So how did I do this? Ten by 7. Okay. 10. And then we'll score it at 5. So 10 by 7. And then hi, Roberta. And then we're going to score it at 5. So on the Spellbinders trimmer, the cutting blade is gray. The scoring blade is like this whitish cream color. So I'm going to score at 5. That's our card base. And then I'm going to come back in here and create our front panel. This is the 7. And then I'll cut this at 5. So 5 by 7. Okay. So this is the panel that I'll be working on. And then this is our card base that we'll adhere to once it's all said and done. Because this is a large guitar. You could, just so you know, like the same pieces parts, like this little part that I used. But this one's already got the little thing in there. So you could do the same thing with this smaller guitar if you didn't want to do a large one. Okay. All right. So I think that we should do the little 3D embossing folder. This is the music notes. It's called Favorite Song. I think that will add some interest to the background. So that's one of the nice things about their folders being so big. Hi, Naomi, is you can just pop it in there, and even though it's a 5 by 7, it'll go edge to edge. So for the Platinum 6, okay. Actually, you know what, Denise? I'm so glad that you said that, okay? So this embossing folder, all right, I somehow ended up with like 2 or 3 of them. So let's do a little giveaway. Let's do a little give. We'll pull 2 winners, because I can't remember if I ended up with 3 or 4. I can't remember how many I ended up with. Let's do 2. We'll pull 2 winners to win one of these embossing folders. And I can only do this because my sister or my husband will mail it to you. If you rely on me to mail it to you, you'll literally never get it. Okay. So for a 3D embossing folder in a Platinum 6, we want the A plate, our embossing folder with our paper in it, and then the D as in David adapter plate, and then we just run it through. Yeah, giveaways are fun. Plus, it's like such a good general one, right? It's like music notes. All right, so we're going to do that. I apologize, because normally I'm not a phone person. But my little peanut butter is coming to my house because his dad's stuck on a job site. So I just want to let him know that I'm doing a live. Um, okay. Because his dad had just messaged me and was like, hey, I can't get him. Can you? And I was like, yeah, he can come home. That's fine. All right. Okay. Well, plus even like Christmas, like doing music notes in the background for like Christmas carols. Like, I mean, I just think it's a really versatile, a happy birthday little music note because you sing to people for their birthday. I just feel like it's a good versatile one. Okay. So right now it's just white on white. I don't know if I'm going to leave it that way, but I am going to leave it like this for now. So let's work on our guitar. All right. So first things first, I know that I am going to round this. This is a very pointy little guy. So I'm just going to hold my scissors straight and I'm going to turn the guitar just to round that edge. I literally just took off. It's so small you can't even see it. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. That's all I took off. Like you just want to round it out. That's all. Okay. And then I do love, you guys know, I love to kind of dry fit what my things look like. And so I am going to just lay this out so that I can see what we're looking like and what we need still. Just going to get rid of these little dots. Okay, so there's the neck. This goes behind like that. Then these ones are kind of hard to get them to lay straight because there's nothing connecting them in the middle, but you get the gist of it. Then this piece here goes at the bottom, and that stays the same. Yeah, see? Oh, and I don't know if you were here earlier, but it's on sale. They're 40% off. All the dies are 40% off. So it's a good time. All right, and then we need one little guy here. I'm gonna cut a little bit underneath. Okay, so that we have something to stick behind our guitar and attach it. And that will go up here for the little tuner up here, like that. And we'll have our one up here with our circle inside like that. And then these are a little smaller, I think. Down and down like that. And then we don't have, hi Jeanette. Oh, look, you got out early again. Yay. Okay. So we have to figure out this piece here. I gotta scoot this over a little bit. And the rectangles. So we still need that. We need those two pieces. So a white rectangle and a black rectangle. And I need my ruler. I need my ruler because they have to be long enough that they stick out. All right. Where are we here? Why is that weird? Okay, new ruler. This is really, really old school. Okay, I don't know if you can see. This is my husband is gonna love this, okay, because he tells me I'm a hoarder all the time. I don't know if you can see the writing on here. That is my middle sister's maiden name labeled from when she was in school. Okay, good talk. Oh, Lord. All right, so that'll go here. So I need it at like the 1 inch. 3/4? No, like 1 inch. All right. 1 inch, 1 inch. And then I need to do this piece here. So this piece here, and this is how, if we're going to do this without, according to Spellbinder's website, 40% off dice does not include clubs, new arrivals, or clearance. The clubs does not surprise me, but I do think it includes older clubs, like, because those are just dies now on the website, not the current clubs. All right, so we're back here. So I just want to show you what I'm looking at. Okay. So this is how I did this when I didn't have any other option. So I pulled up the picture and I saw the general shape of it and how it came out and down. So it's kind of like half a triangle, but it's like a rounded. So that's what I'm going to try to mimic. Okay, so I just want you to understand where we're kind of coming from there. Okay. So I have my pencil. This is going to be where I don't want to lose my little guys. I'm going to use the other side of this tape to snag those up. Okay. So I'm going to use this as my guide. Okay. And it doesn't go all the way up. So it's kind of just like we're going to draw the shape that we know first. So we're going to draw a triangle first, because that's the shape that we know. So a half of a triangle, right? Let me zoom in. Okay, there we go. So we're going to start with a shape that we know. Okay, it looks like a half of a triangle. So there is a little bit of a wider spot there. So I'm going to bring my line over and then I'm just going to make my triangle. Okay. Then from there, I can see that it starts to fill out a little more. So it comes out a little more here and rounds. Then comes down here and also rounds, and then meets here. So it's going to be like this, round, round. That's how we're going to get our shape. Okay. So now, once we have that, did I just lose a string? Oh, I lost a string from the middle because they haven't popped out yet. I was like, did something just fall apart? No, they're fine. Okay. So now that I have this, I'm going to, I don't want this side to be sharp. I want it to be a little bit round. So again, keeping my scissors straight and turning my paper, I'm following the line of this triangle that we've created. Okay. Now, oh, look at, I took one of those. Let's see what we're working with. I got to scoot this up, and this little guy's got to be down here. He's actually much higher. Okay, scoot up. Here you are. All right. So that's not looking too bad. Okay. Let's compare it to our, I feel like the body style is indented a little bit more, and that's why you see less blue. But if I make this any wider, we won't see any of the red up here. So I'm gonna call it good. I'm gonna say that I am good with the way that that looks. Now, this is where having a really good eraser is super important. I highly, highly, highly recommend art gum erasers if you are somebody who needs to thoroughly erase pencil lines. If I can find mine, because did my kids run away with it? Did I run away with it? I have a ton of them over here. Okay, so, and then we don't want to, yeah, like if you have, like this is even good for, like if you have a hubby who's like super into rock and roll, if you've gotten concert tickets, like as a gift, this would be a great way to do it. So anyway, so you want to make sure you don't bend your paper. So just be really gentle with erasing your lines. And because remember, we don't give up. There's always a way to fix everything. If you cannot get your pencil lines off of your piece, okay, if you just can't, because it is a white piece, then just use this as a template, trace it, and cut it out again. No, actually, I think I'm trying to remember. I think I moved it. I do think I moved it because I think I was drawing something. All right, so let's get this off the desk. Okay. All right, I think I'm going to look real quick. Where's the one we decided not to use? What did I do with that? Because I think in there, no, those are too small too. Maybe it's the holiday one I'm thinking of. Stand by. This is one of their ones that I just used endlessly. I think this is the Holiday Blooms. No, my sister did not. I can't blame her. Okay, here. This does look like maybe it'll be a little bit bigger than the ones that I have cut out. Are these the right ones? Yeah. Okay, good. I'm going to do these. These are the berries. This is the Holiday Blooms. I think this is still available over on their website, but basically anything that's going to have any sort of like smaller circular shape you can use to create the things over there. Those ones are so small and I don't love that. I don't love that for us. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Your dies won't look like this when they come to you. All right, there's that. And unfortunately, I will have to cut them twice. But I'm just gonna take a piece right out of here so that I can do it on the Scout. There we go. All right, and I do think that I am going to end up, because you can see that kind of darker bit of a line, I will probably end up using that as a template. So let's cut these bad boys out and get some bigger, whatever they're called. Nathan could probably tell me, but I don't know what they're called. All right. I have the holiday bloom set. Yeah. Well, then you can create that part of it. Anyway, I do like the holiday bloom set. I've used it a lot. All right. Okay. Oh, yeah. See, those are a better size, I think. Is this what I used in the first place? Because they have the same little... Remember I told you I thought I used a berry because it had the little indent in it? Maybe this is what I used to begin with. Would not surprise me. Because when I was doing, like I said, when I was doing his card, it was the night before. It was the night before his party. So it was just, your girl was just trying to get it done. Okay. So now we have to cut the rectangles for the strings to fit on. And I am going to do a little bit of ink blending onto our piece, because I think that will be really fun. Yeah, the essential, I agree, Denise. The essential dyes are fantastic. All right, so this one, I'm just going to put this right onto, nope, we cut it out of this one. I don't even need to mess with this. I'm going to put this on here and I'm going to trace around it. So that way I have a clean white piece with no... There we go. Beautiful. I mean, I'll still have lines to erase, but they'll be on the edges, so not overly concerned with how much we'll be seeing on that. Okay. And then we're back in business there. All right, sounds good. This, I think I would like to add, I think, a little bit of ink blending to this, just because I think I would like it to be matchy-matchy. You know, I have a real problem with that. So I'm just going to put a little bit of tape on the back here to kind of hold the layers together so I could add a little bit of interest there. Do I have? Oh, yeah, here, I'll just use the first masking tape. That's fine. Okay, and then that way that'll stay like that. We're gonna, what do we say, 1 inch? Is this 1 inch? Why, yes, it is. Wonderful. Hit that like button, friends. For Berta, you're the best. I'm like terrible about that. They're always like, at the end of videos, they're like, you know, like, subscribe, share. I never say that. Which, I mean, I guess to my own detriment, because YouTube is a struggle for me right now. All right, so let's trim these. The white piece is going to be the bigger piece. So this is going to be the piece that is like a full inch wide. And then I'm going to say probably about, I don't think it's a 1/2 inch. I think it's 1/4 of an inch. And then I'm just going to check that to see. Not wide enough. So actually, Denise, that's what I was thinking, but I'm not 100% married to it. So, all right, I'm going to go, 1/4 was too small. So I'm going to go, I'm going to add like 1/8 of an inch and see if I like that better. And actually that's good, because then, but I do think it should be 3/4 of an inch. I think 1 inch is too wide, because then I can do easy math and just cut my black to 1/4 of an inch and it'll work. So now I'm going to do 3/4, because holding it, here's what I'm doing, just so you can see, laying it down there, it's sticking out too much. Hi, Lori. Oh, thank you, Tina. You guys are the best. It's definitely not the loyal followers. It is the YouTube. And I think the way that they have changed their algorithm to really rely on AI and how they push videos out, it's just not kind to smaller channels like myself. All right. So now we're going to do this, and then we're going to do the inch plus the 1/8. Okay. And then the inch plus the 1/8. I need 2 of these rectangles. And then we're going to do 3/4 of an inch. Nope, slightly smaller. So we're going to take off, I don't even know what that would be, because math is not my strong suit. Instead of going to 3/4 of an inch, we're going to go back 1/8. That's what I did. I hope that makes sense. I know, Mary, me too, girl. All right, and now I'm going to do 1/4 of an inch, because that should give me, yep. So that creates the perfect border. Okay. So now we have 2. Yep. All right. So those are going to be that. And this will go into our little scrap pile. And now I'm going to grab some colors to do some ink blending. Obviously dependent upon what kind of, colors you choose to do your guitar. I chose red, and I am going to add that kind of that metallic finish to it, but I want there to be, like, you know how you see with guitars, there's like a gradient. That is what I'm going for. So I want there to be like a darker red at the bottom. You could also do like different patterns, different, like you could do flames, you know what I mean? You could make the guitar pattern whatever you would like. Candy apple, that's what we're looking for. But where is... There it is. Okay. All right. So let me grab some red guys here. I only have 2 of my preferred. So I'm going to have to use red. There we go. From another. That's okay, because these are like the Hero Arts brushes. And I mean, they're not bad. I just like a lot of color very quickly because I'm impatient. That's all. All right. Oh yeah, there's a lot of AI everywhere. It's no good. It's no good, guys. Bye, Julie. All right. Okay, so I'm going to come up from the bottom. This is candied apple. I'm not going all the way to the top. I'm going basically 80%. And then, you know what? Every time I go live, do you know what I realize? Ooh, that was a terrible noise. That after I've already started, that I've left my washcloth in my bathroom every single time. Okay. Then we're going to do the lumberjack plaid. Has already acted on its own and attacked other companies with no human. Correct, Roberta. It's what they're doing with the books is abhorrent. Like, we're literally living Orwell's 1984. Like, it's happening. And people are just like, perfectly acceptable. No. Not perfectly acceptable. Terrifying. All right. And then the aged mahogany. Okay. And I actually think I'm going to go all the way out to black soot. So there really is like a difference. Okay. With so much AI slap, I wonder why big tech is so excited about it. Because they don't care. They, just like people who are using it, don't care. Like, you could absolutely, you are capable of creating the thing that you're asking AI to create. Not you specifically, the larger you. Like, you are capable of creating that, but it would require you to learn a skill. And a lot of people don't want to learn a skill. A lot of people just want the end result without having to go through any of the learning process. But the problem is that if you don't go through any of the learning process, then you are removing experts from that field. So like with AI, when they're taking out the younger generations or the entry level positions, then eventually you're going to get to the point where the only people who know how to fix all of the little nuanced problems, because they came up from the very bottom, no longer work there. And so when George is the last person to retire, and he was the last person who knew how to fix all of the different things, working from the bottom up, then nobody's going to realize it until George is already retired. Because we are not interested in training people to develop their skills over time. We just want it now. So obviously I made the reference to 1984, which is, I think, completely accurate. If you've ever read the book, I think we're well on our way to that, especially with them destroying books. But also, we're not too far away from WALL-E, where everybody is just sitting in a chair captivated by their screens, and they don't even remember how to walk because everything is done for them. Like, pass. No, thank you. And then the irony is we're all super sad when we get older and we don't have the capability to do the things that we did when we were young, and we can no longer be independent. Then we're all sad about the things that we didn't want to do when we were young enough to do them. Okay, so here's our gradient there. Now I am going to do kind of the same vibe here. I am going to clean this up just a little bit. Well, it's not just AI making the next generation stupid. Denise, it's because we're allowing them to do all of their work and stuff on Google Chromebooks, and that doesn't engage the part of the brain that reading and writing does when you're doing it yourself. It's just not the same thing. And so we're actually seeing a rise in illiteracy for the first time in years, which is wild. Like they're literally losing their ability to learn how to read because we're letting a computer do it instead of letting our very capable and functional and efficient teachers do it. Anyway, I wasn't trying to get on a soapbox today, guys. I really wasn't. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to kind of start here in the center with the lighter color. I don't want to rip these or like crinkle them up. I just thought it would be fun to add a little bit of color to them. So I'm just kind of, maybe it'll be better if I just randomly apply the color instead of I think the world's crazy and we need a reset. Amen, girl. Amen. I mean, I think everything, I'm not saying computers and technology is bad or by any means, but I do think that we've taken it to an extreme for what the expectation is for it to do for us versus what people are willing to do for themselves. And especially like when you hear the interviews with people, you know, who are involved in Microsoft and you know, different technologies, say that like they would never give their kids an iPad, and you know, they would not they wouldn't let their kids use this technology or that technology. Like it's something to pay attention to. And I'm not even a conspiracy theorist. Okay. Hi, Sharon. Yeah, the problem is that the AI is ahead of the laws because the law takes so long. But again, that's something that we've allowed. We've allowed them to change the laws, to drag their feet, to not be efficient. Like a speedy trial is no longer a speedy trial. A speedy trial is like 2 to 3 years. So like we've allowed lawmakers to do that and to sneak in backdoor deals at the end of their legislation. You know, those types of things with the representatives that we've picked, which is terrible. And so the laws just are not there to govern AI. And so they're operating on their own moral compass, of which we now realize that they don't have one. They're about the money. Those companies they're not operating on a moral compass. Marcy, it is 100% a disservice to the kids. And even though my son is complaining like about his language arts, because you know he's just started a new school year, he's like, I have to read 8 books this year. I'm like, wonderful, great. You tell me what books you want to read. I'll read them with you. Like, that's an excellent way to spend your time, is reading books. All right, let's put some shimmer on this bad boy, because honestly, it needs it. Is there anything that doesn't need shimmer? I don't think so. All right, let me go over here. And it's always this one. This is the only one that I have that has the red shimmer, and we just keep coming back to it. Okay. Oh, my little one is signed up for Dolly Parton's library. Dolly Parton, what a national treasure that woman is, right? All right, so this one is called Cherry Bomb Shimmer, and it does look pink, but the shimmer is red. So that's why I'm using it. Sharon, yes, it is BB set. Okay, so we're going to go right over top of this. Okay, I'm going to put a little tape on my fingers so that I can get this last little bit. Okay. And let me see. Not as shimmery as I would like. So we're going back in. Yeah, I don't like you can totally, as somebody who reads pretty frequently, and I'm not as good about it as I used to be, but I still enjoy reading. Like when you're reading something, you can tell, y'all. You can tell. The things don't be making any sense. Okay. So one of the things that I learned when using these is sometimes pouncing will put down more shimmer. So, but I don't want to lose the gradient either. So I think it's holding up pretty well. Okay. There we go. All right. I think that is better. What do you guys think? Like it is shimmery. I do like that. All right. So that's over there. This can go over here. That can apparently fall on the floor. All right. Oh yeah, the tape does work. Yeah, see, that's the problem is like you're talking about like the book with Walmart. Like in order to keep up with like the Amazon and stuff, the Walmart, and it's not just Walmart, it's Target, it's like Kohl's is another one where they have started using the same manufacturers as Amazon. Like they're carrying them. I'm not saying they're using them to make their own things. They're carrying them because people can get them so quickly, but the quality is like the same as always. But then there's other people who are like, well, I love Shein and I shop there and it doesn't matter to me like where it comes from, because I want to be able to swap out, my fashion quickly and not spend a lot of money on it. Like you can't make people care about it. Either they do or they don't. They're willing to pay a little bit more money or they're not. I mean, it's the same thing that we had in the craft industry for years where we were trying to explain to people like it wasn't it was not good for the industry to be buying from like Temu. Okay. All right. Coffee. And then I think we can build this thing, guys. I do think this would benefit from a little swipe of a silver. So I'm going to use the metallic silver ink from Honeybee. And I'm going to be very light-handed because I don't want to get a lot of like streaks. But I just think if we get the little music notes. I'm whispering because I feel like it makes me more gentle with my hand. Okay. Like I don't want it to be busy, but I do think that it would benefit from a little. All right. I'm not going to get crazy because I don't want it to be like messy in the background. Okay. All right. So this is what we're working with. Let's do, look at how pretty that shimmer is. And it was true on the blue too. Like, so I'm not just partial to the red. Like, look that shimmer just adds something, you know? All right. So we're going to do this. I do like the idea of the music notes in the background as kind of like some foreshadowing of what's going to be in the inside of the card. So maybe down a little. All right. So let's pull out our parts and start gluing together what we can. So what I'm doing is I'm just going through and kind of weeding out the pieces that don't belong. We need this part for the guitar, right? Yep. Oh, I read all the I read all the Harry Potter books as an adult. Just like I read all the like Percy Jackson books. Like these are ones that then I shared with my child. He does struggle with reading. He's not an avid reader. But I do feel like that has a lot to do with him having to read on a screen at school and take his tests on a screen at school. So, like over the summer, we read Holes. Not this summer, the previous summer. We read them together. And he seemed to do much better with that. All right, there's that one. There's this. Just trying to make sure I have all my pieces to build our guitar. These are all of the music notes, I think. Okay, let's get to gluing. Yeah, so I actually had a whole. So you guys know it's just sometimes you just run out of time. Like, isn't that such a bummer? Like, sometimes you just run out of time to make what you wanted to make. So my sister's grandson, he had a Harry Potter themed birthday, and I was like, oh yeah, I got lots of ideas for that. Like, I'm here for the birthday, and then I like pulled out all the stuff. I gotta move this down, I think, in order for this to make the most sense. This is got to be over here, I think, to cover. There we go, like that. And then down here. So I'm going to adhere these first, so then I can figure out where the rest of my, don't do that. This piece is a little flimsy, so it does make it a little challenging to not get glue on everything, as you can see that I am doing. But anyway, so I had all these ideas for Harry Potter, and I ended up simplifying it into a really fun interactive idea that I really ultimately did end up loving. But I'll fix this, don't worry. But there's a part of me that's like, maybe I should go back and redo that. But it seems like you guys are Harry Potter fans, so maybe you would like that too. Maybe it wouldn't just be me who would want to do it. Who would want to do it for myself? Okay. So I need a third hand. You're not kidding. All right. So here, we have adhesive there. You have to wait till the adhesive is all the way dry, or it will rip your paper, which we do not want. So I'm going to go in. This is a adhesive eraser. And basically what it does is it just pulls up any of that sticky stuff. But that's why you have to wait until it is completely dry, because if you try to do it beforehand, it'll pull up the sticky stuff and the paper that it's stuck to. All right. So then this goes here. Maybe it'll be more interesting that way. Like that way? No. I think it's okay to have it straight. I do think it's okay. And I think that that's a good spot for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add adhesive down here. I gotta move it up a little. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to add adhesive down here. But I have to get these guys behind there, so I'm not going to, this is just floppy. This is not adhered yet. Okay, now I'm going to put these together. We always have the most interesting talks. I feel like sometimes we're doing more than card making. We're having like our own little talk show. Like what's the topic that'll come up for us to address? I was a big fan of Sally Jessy Raphael as a youth. Okay. And then we'll do this one. Okay. Let me get that straight. There we go. And then so this one will go there. Pardon. Okay. And then this one, like they look like so plain as little black squares, but like once you put them on, that's what kind of brings it together. Let's see if Kelly does. What are we? Oh, now I got to go back and look. Therapy and Cards with Kelly show. That's hysterical, Roberta. I like it. I'm a fan. So then this one I'll put right at the base here where the neck is meeting. I'm just going to slide it underneath my strings and get it so it's lined up. Well, you guys know I always feel like everybody could benefit from a bit of therapy, myself included. All right, there's that. All right, so now we can go ahead and adhere this part down. I'm just going to do, I don't want it to be crazy, so I'm just really going to do little dots to just kind of tack it down. And then this part I will, oh well, I went too high up. I'm only going to press down the neck part of it. There we go. I'm going to hold it in my hands. Yeah, I do agree, Sharon. I do like a little bit of a smaller group. And I do like a one-on-one. That's one of the things that I do think eventually I'm going to offer on my website is like a one-on-one lesson, like where you can buy it and I'll draw some images. You can pick one of the images and then we'll go through how to color it together. Or, you know, if you have a set that I have, like I could possibly do that. But I think that one-on-one connection, I really, really enjoy. And so I think that's something that I probably will offer in the future. Okay. Oh, Maury Povich. You know, the only thing I remember from Maury Povich is the lie detector determined that that was a lie. All right, so now we're adding the tuner up here. And then we're going to do the circle. I know the guitar strings are so cool, aren't they? And actually, I saw a couple of samples on the Spellbinder site. That they did do like fishing line, or maybe it was guitar. I know, I thought it was guitar strings. Can't you kill people with those? I don't know. Different kind of show. But anyway, that they did do those on there. Okay, there we go. And then there's that. All right. And now we're going to do our little dots, and those, they're actually, I know that they're tuners, but I call them little dots. All right. So we're going to do these, and then this, and then this, and then this. And then we have our little, I don't know what the flapper thing's called. So now we're going to line this up and put that here. Oh no, I adhered them too high. Okay, wait. Up. Come with me. Okay, we're going to have to fix that. All right. Maybe not. I actually think I completely covered them. All right, so that goes there. So we're worth noting, don't adhere your dots until you have adhered this piece of it. All right. So that one, I think we're going to have to leave there. But the other ones I think we're okay on. Is just the bundle on sale? No, I don't think so. I'd love for you to come down to Amish country in October. Okay, listen to me, Naomi. Yes. But you have to give me time to put it together. I don't think I can do October, but I will absolutely come down there. Because you're not that far. Eric and I were just talking about going to Amish country maybe for our anniversary. Like, you're really close. And then I also have, like, I have an idea for like a future investment for retreats that I feel like would be really lovely for all of us to get together. But anyway, I can't do that yet. I have a lot of goals, guys. I do, but I don't know if I'm going to get there. I don't know if I'm going to get there. Okay. All right, I got to put this, this is the back of the head of the guitar. Okay. And we just line that up. All right, so listen, Naomi, you're from the area, okay? You send me an email, or you can send the contact sheet on the website with some places you think that we could host that in. And I'll start looking at them. Okay? Oh my God, this looks so cool. How fun is this? Okay, I'm a big fan. This is super fun. All right, I'm just going to go back in and try to clear up some more of this glue. They got out of hand. Can you come holiday at my house for a week? I'm only in Ireland. Girl, listen, it's on my husband's. It is Ireland is on my husband's list of places that he would have to go. Now, I can't come week one, day one, because you know that I'll be on the drugs, girl, because I got a lot of my anxiety is high about travel. But I would like to make it to Ireland one day. All right, so I like it straight up and down as something different. Okay. And I do like this behind there. Okay, kind of like that. And then I think we should add the silver, because we're not even I'm trying to hurry up, but so I think we should add the silver music notes on here. Okay, I was madly getting something ready to mail, but now I can type. Love this conversation. I love the guitar. Yay! I do like when we are able to get together and have good conversation. If I had the money and my car wouldn't die on me, you'd drive to Ohio. Girl, I wish that I could drive to New Jersey. But hey, listen. So I do go to the Cape Cods. How far away is that from you? Is that a while? I don't know. I mean, I'm not as bad at geography as my husband is, but I'm not great at it either. All right. So all right. That's the same one. I don't want to use the same one. Where's the, just like a straight, there we go. All right. Let me do this over here. I think this is a fun conversation. I liked hanging out with you guys. All right. So maybe if I put this, like kind of slid it under there, I do like that. Okay, I feel like that's kind of bringing the whole vibe together. Oh, Connecticut's further away than Ohio. Worse highways too. Noted. I'd love to go to the Cape Cod retreat. Oh, is it Jeanette's birthday? Happy birthday, Jeanette. Oh yeah, because I'm like, we fly into Boston when we go to Cape Cod. I don't but the Cape Cod retreat, Sharon, is lovely. And it's going to be totally different this year because they're having to change some things around, and it's very exciting. Did I miss the link to this die set? Karen, you did not. I have not linked it yet. I'm sorry. I did not know which one we were going to use. But if you go to just the general link, that is still an affiliate, and I still appreciate your supports. And then you can just look up BB Cameron's musical, whatever it is. I can't remember. What retreat? It's the Crop on the Cape. Jen Shirkus hosts it. It's wonderful. I have taught at it 2 years. And I typically do 2 classes, though that's not a guarantee. You like submit your class list and then Jen approves it or not. But I am hoping to host in-person retreats. Here in Ohio. But again, these are long-term investments. I'm guessing that's one of my son's friends, because who rings my doorbell? Nobody. Is it just lawn fun? No, it's I typically, in the past, I've taught classes for Honeybee. I've taught classes for Hero Arts. I've taught classes for Trinity Stamps. And my classes are like I as the teacher decide what I want to teach. So like with Jen's classes, she chooses what she wants to teach. And I think she does do lawn fawn, but all of us teachers just choose what companies or what kind of technique we want to use. And I've always been very, very blessed. Your dad here. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry, I didn't get to see you. My problem is I love you. Have a good day. Okay. Sorry. My son's dad was picking him up. All right. So yeah, see, you're down to come to Ohio? Oh, good. See, I think I'm just going to trim off these extra bits here with the musical notes. I think I like the in-person ones. I like being able to meet you guys and see you guys. And my problem is that I'm working on it. My problem is struggling with getting all of the things I want to do in the amount of time that I have. So that's still a work in progress. All right, so here's our guitar. I think we can go ahead and glue this down. So Sharon, but you do go to the Nashville Craft Retreat, don't you? If I remember correctly. Okay. Because Susan's in Tennessee too. Susan, are you in Knoxville? You don't like flying. But could you drive, Roberta? I don't know where you're coming from, babe. All right. So that's our modified guitar. We're going to add our little music notes. Yeah, that's what I thought, Sharon. That's what I thought. I was like, I'm pretty sure she's Nashville Craft Retreat people, which I'm hoping to come back. I was supposed to be down there. I was supposed to teach in 2025, but obviously my mom passed, so I was not there for that one. And then this year's, she had different people. I'm not going next year. I think next year might be the year that I get to go back. I'm not 100% positive. But that just means that I'll be in the area. Is that close to you in Tennessee? Okay, so Roberta, you do drive. I cannot drive myself, but if somebody's kind enough to chauffeur me, now that I have a good understanding of my anxiety medications, I'm okay. It's gotten much better. All right. So there's that. There's those little silver ones. So sometimes when you're looking at them, like it's not too terrible. Okay, well, Sharon, I will keep that in mind. If you decide not to go to the Nashville Craft Retreat, I think there's like a First Watch or something in the parking lot. Maybe we could do that. I don't want to say, I'm not a guarantee because I haven't officially been invited. But I am teaching. Erin Thompson does a holiday retreat, like a online holiday retreat, which is lovely. I am teaching that. And I'm hoping to do one more class this year. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it done, if I'll be able to get it in or not, but I'm hoping to be able to. All right. This one down here. Sounds good. Yeah, I was talking to somebody who, I heard people talking about like, oh, Xanax doesn't work for me. Oh, this doesn't work for me. And I'm like, wait, that's what I've heard you're supposed to take if you have anxiety. And so I ended up talking to my own doctor about it. And she was like, yeah, there's some people it works for, and there's some people it doesn't. And if it doesn't work for you, it's not ever going to work for you. You have to do the other one. So for me, it's Klonopin. That's the one that works for me, and it's lovely. I live 50 miles from Nashville. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you're pretty close too. All right, so I think this is good for the front of the card. I need to put like a sentiment on it, but I have no idea what that's going to be. So I'm just going to leave it as is. And now we're going to move on to working. Oh, I completely forgot. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I forgot to add the shimmers to this, y'all, and I want it to match. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this aside. I'm just going to take this, and I'm just kind of going to pounce and smush to add my shimmer on there. Maybe I should have done that for the first time around. It seems to be working pretty well. See? Doesn't that seem to be working pretty well? Okay. All right. Good enough. Good enough for me. Okay. I heard Paulina, you can just come and shop if not attending. I did not know that. Because I think the first year I was there was the year that she wasn't allowing any vendors to come in. So that's good to know that you can just pop in and shop. I like that. All right. Oh, Benita, thank you so much. Thank you, Jamie. All right, so now we're going to grab our card base that we created. Okay, and so this guy, we don't want to adhere the whole thing. We just want to adhere the outer ring. And the tip, so that way when it opens. So this outer part is what we want to adhere. Okay, we're going to flip it over. I just put it in the center, but I'm going to get a paper towel so I don't get it. I don't get ink all over my hands. All right. Okay. I think Jen brings her own stack. I don't know about vendors being there. Are we talking about Crop on the Cape? The Crop on the Cape, Tracy from, I can't remember it. She's a lovely lady and she owns a craft store. She typically comes. That's actually where I bought these, where I bought the inks. I went over and bought Tracy. I wanted to support her. And so I was like, oh, girl, let me buy up these inks. All right, so now this pops up and this adheres over here. Oh, we should have done the other side, I guess. And then this goes like this, and we'll have our little, okay. Let me look at it just so I make sure that I know what I'm doing. Well, I could look at it if I put it someplace that I could find it. Here it is. Okay. So yeah, so she's just got it in the center and then it opens up this way. All right. So this part will get adhered. And then it'll go over here in the center And I'm just going to hold that. Okay. My YouTube on my phone brings up your videos consistently now, but I can't remember how many times I would type it in to find your contact. Karen, I know it does not recommend my videos. I don't know why. Truthfully, I don't know why. All right, so now this gets folded down. Okay, this is our card base. And then when we open it, we're going to have this. Now, I do think we need to work on spreading these out. So that way it's like when it's open, they're open. There we go. I like that better. And now we're going to adhere our music notes so that they pop up. And we're going to do a combination of the black and the silver just to bring in all the colors from the front of the card. Okay. I will be I live in Arizona. I'll be in Phoenix next week for Spellbinders event. Oh, Cheryl, that's fun. All right, so I'm just pulling out some all right. And then I'm going to turn it this way so that I can adhere them. I guess we're going to want to okay. So when this comes down, okay, I just want to make sure it's not going to be like, so I'm going to do this one here. I'm trying to find like a solid part that I know it'll hold onto. There we go. Okay. I feel like maybe I should put some on the flip side too. Like so. You have some from one side and the other? No? Yeah, I don't like that it, and I've noticed this with my own subscriptions. Like once I subscribe to a channel, YouTube stops recommending it. Because again, YouTube is not, it used to be about quality videos and DIY and teaching people things. And now YouTube is about just the product is your attention. So they don't care about the quality or the truthfulness or the ethics or the moral or any of that. They just literally care if you are spending a ton of time on their platform. Because I've watched my views just absolutely plummet. There's no nice way to say it. So like my videos now maybe get somewhere between 1,000 to 2,000 if they're doing well. Whereas like this time 2 years ago, before they had AI recommending the videos, I was around probably like 6,000 views, 5 to 6,000 views on each of my videos, but YouTube does not recommend my content anymore. And it makes it, I mean, my husband and I had this conversation as recent as yesterday about whether or not like I'll be able to continue to afford to do this as a full-time job, or if I'll have to go back to working outside of our home, which I mean, I have the skill set to do so. I just would prefer to do this, to you're a troublemaker. Well, I appreciate your support, Cheryl. I am sorry. So yeah, and there, I don't really know that there's anything I can do about it because the quality of my content hasn't changed. Like, it's the same. The thing that has changed is the YouTube algorithm. And apparently it doesn't like me. All right. So I think this is cute. This is kind of fun. Oh yeah, it is a significant difference. Absolutely. But I also think that's why you see creators doing more like live streams. First of all, I enjoy it because I enjoy the actual interaction. Story time's always been a thing on my channel, but I also think that like it's just not lucrative for us to do pre-recorded content, because and this is like, I try to be as transparent as possible. On a video where I get 1,000 to 2,000 views, I make $3. Like, so it's not like, you got to start reminding people to buy a coffee every month donation. I do have that. And I've looked into memberships as well, which I would like to look into more further, because that helps like to build the relationships, which to me is like the most fun part, is having the relationships with you guys. So I have looked at doing, the memberships also as a way to be able to like create and spend time together. So here I'm just kind of trying to push them down so I can see maybe where I'm lacking some holes. But I think that's going to be good. So then when you're, oh, thank you so much, Tanya. Well, thank you, Dawn. I appreciate that. It's good to know whether or not that would be something, people would be interested in. All right, I got a lot of card bits on here. All right, so let's close her up. Okay. And then, so when we open it, it looks like this. And our recipient, I know it's hard for you to see, our recipient sees this with all our little music notes. That's super fun. Okay. So now we got to close her back up and put our card front on. Do you think it is oversaturated with the number of people that left corporate world for full-time crafts and teaching? Honestly, I don't know. The only other person that I know that left their full-time job for full-time crafting is Charlene Madrid, who is Dream Craft Create, and she's very, very talented. So I don't know that there's a ton of people who have done that. I do think that there are more people creating videos because the technology is more available. It's easier than it was before. And, but I think it's a combination of people watching reels, which is, short short form content, and that includes myself. Sometimes I get sucked into them as well. So I think that is a large part of it, that people aren't watching as much long form content as they used to be. I didn't know Carissa quit her full time job. I've only known Carissa as a crafter. I met her at CHA years ago, and I've only known her as a crafter, so I wasn't aware. And I'm planning on hitting lotto soon. I'm going to ice you out. Don't worry. So yeah, I just think that it's a different way people consume content. I don't mind doing the reels, but I'm doing them from like the videos that I'm already creating, because I'm certainly not going to be making extra content when, this is what I'm doing. All right. So I think there was another question that I missed. Kelly, I was so sorry your Molly isn't well. Sorry you had me in stitches. I would definitely join a membership. Thank you, Tina. So my Molly she's on the struggle bus. But what are you going to do? Like at the end of the day, either you're gonna clean it up or you're gonna not. So I am, because I love her. And there's so is there a difference for you if we watch live versus watch the replay? No, there isn't. You can, whichever one works better for you is the one that I want you to do. So I appreciate you trying to support me. I do, genuinely, but I do want you to work what's best for you. I sometimes put a vid on and just let them run while I do stuff. Sometimes it gives views. Denise, I love you for that. I do. It does give views, and I appreciate it. Okay. So before I bring myself back to the screen and we do our little giveaways, let me just show you. So here's our little shimmer. Here's the other variation. Okay, right, there's two. So I love them. I think they're super fun. And then this one has that little added pop-up feature where you can see all of the little music notes, and then you would like put your sentiment down here. Or you could add, if like you had a lot to write, you could add another panel here where this would just be in the middle, and then you would open it and you would have another panel. So wasn't Jennifer McGuire an engineer? Yeah, she was. All right. So that is that. I'm gonna pull me up. Here I am. Hello. I like the red best. Yeah, I do. I like them both. But this was his, like I said, this was his actual birthday card. My little my little note inside. So if let me do this so it's this way so you can see the card we just made. If you are interested in the dies, I have linked just the General Spellbinders link for my affiliate below, which helps support me and my channel and allows me to do more things like this, and I genuinely appreciate you. So that is below, and that their dies are 40% off. I think somebody said with the exception of like the clubs and clearance and stuff, but they are there. And we have a giveaway. We have two giveaways, because this embossing folder I accidentally bought two of. Well, I bought more than two. I don't know how that happened, but anyway, we're going to give away two. So I'm just going to scroll back through the comments. And what do we got? Denise, 43-44 was in awesome shape. Well, I'm about to be 43, Denise, so apparently I need to get in the gym. But congratulations on winning your embossing folder. All right. And then we're going to go. I'm scrolling up, I'm scrolling down, I'm scrolling all around. I'm trying not to look, so that way it's legit. And then we're going to go. What do we got? Roberta. I had one that was doing a live and I couldn't find it on my list of subscriptions, found it and showed I was subscribed. So we're apparently talking about YouTube issues. All right. So Denise and Roberta, congratulations on winning the, what is this, favorite song 3D embossing folder. And so I will put my email down here in the chat. Send me an email, or if you are registered through the website, you could use the contact sheet. That's fine. Denise, I know I have your address. But Roberta, I'm not 100% sure. All right, so I put it down in there. I put my email address down in there. Don't come at me for the Hotmail. I'm old, okay, and I have old things. I have an old email. I have an old phone number. I have old bones, and I'm old. So send me that so I can with your information, so that I can send those out to you. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I always appreciate you. I hope you have a good weekend. Hopefully, I have a video up this weekend. I'm not 100% sure. If I do, it'll be like an edit of a replay. So, all right. So that's it. Thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of your Friday. I will see you on the next one. Bye.